Good morning. My name is Gretchen. In just a few minutes, we'll be going through a hot 60. So hop on your mat and start to warm up. We'll start in just a few minutes. Wait right till 8 o'clock, right on the dot. Good morning, my Lise. Hi, Callie. You're welcome. Ready? Good morning. Welcome to Hot Class. My name is Gretchen. This is Jacob. We'll be guiding you through your Hot 60. I'm so glad that you're all here. I see Callie and Bree, all my Saturday morning faces. So I'm glad that you're able to step on your mat with us today. Okay, let's start. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch, slight gap through the heels. And just give yourself a moment. Find yourself on your space. Okay, starting off with pranayama breathing. Interlace your fingers down to the webbing. Place them underneath your chin. Hug into the middle. And begin inhaling. Elbows lifting up to the sky. Chin pressing down into your fingertips. Look straight ahead. Exhale. Head back. Spine straight. Wrapping your arms towards each other. Elbow tips come to touch. Inhale. Elbows high. Chin down. Belly toned. Exhale. Open mouth. Head back. Spine straight. At the bottom of your exhale, elbow tips come to touch. Go ahead. Inhale. And exhale. Head back. That's it. Wrap the arms. Press the breath. Good. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Coordinate your breath with your movement. Elbows are at their highest point at the top of your inhale. And now exhale, soft shoulders, head back, spine straight. Keep the belly toning in and up. Inhale. And exhale. Good, we have just a few more. Inhale, elbows high, chin down. Good, look straight forward. Elbows a little higher. And now exhale, head back, spine straight, wrap in. Good. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Press the breath, really haw it out. Good, 2 more. Inhale. Keep a nice strong connection with your chin and your fingertips. Chin is level to the earth. And exhale, head is back. Spine remains straight, so you're resisting any urges to back bend. Elbows coming together. And last one, inhale. And exhale. As you finish, release your arms by your sides, Tadasana. And just give yourself a moment to reconnect with your breathing right here and preparing your body for the next pose to come. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Reach your arms up as you breathe in. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer finger. Good. Begin tick-tocking your body from side to side. So working on spinal movements right here. So this is called lateral flexion. And then you're welcome to forward fold. That's flexion. Extension is a back bend. You can twist from side to side. So that's all 6 movements of the spine. And we'll be hitting 4 of those 6 in this next series of poses. All right, start to work your way back to center. Once you come to center, inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Hug into the middle. Use your exhale to press your hips to the left as your fingertips reach to the right side of the room. Trying to form a nice half moon shape with the body. So once you come into the shape, ground your feet, soften your toes, so try not to grip the mat. And then find a gentle hugging in towards the middle. Tone your belly. When you tone your belly, that drops your tailbone down to a neutral position, which is what we're looking for. Left shoulder back a little bit, right shoulder forward. Chin is off chest. Now as you breathe in, think about length being created on both side bodies. And as you breathe out, hips press towards the left side of the room as your fingertips reach towards the right. And just allow yourself to breathe naturally here. Try not to force any inhales or exhales. You have 1 more breath. Exhale, hips to the left, reach to the right, push to the left and push. And now change, come up. Reach all the way up, big breath in. Exhale, hips to the right, fingertips move to the left. That's it. And then you come into the same thing. You're grounding your feet. And you want to make sure that your feet stay solid in this pose. So really stamp down the left foot, but it's the right foot. Pay a little bit more attention to. It gets a little light because you're moving your body to the left. And then tone your belly. So gently draw it in and up. Chin is off chest. Take your fingertips and reach towards the back left corner of the room that you're in. That's it. And then as you're finding depth, remember, we want to send, yes, the fingertips over towards the left, but work on your hips pressing towards the right side of the room. We talk about pressing more than you think you're capable, beyond your flexibility. That'll give you your really deep stretch. Know your limits, know your edge, but play. There you go, you're almost there. You have 1 more breath. Press hips to the right, reach to the left, press to the right, and now change, come up. Set up for your back bend, look up at your thumbs. Ground your feet, lift your heart. Slowly begin to back bend. Heart lifts up as you go back. Now once you come to your edge, see if you can release your shoulders a little bit, arms by ears. That's it. Lift up, go back. Start to look back for the wall behind you, go back. All the way back, that's it. And change, come up, nicely done. Forward fold, hinge at your hips, spine is long. Chin is off chest as you find your fold. Release your hands down to the floor and start to pedal out your feet. Alrighty, we're going to move into podHOT set 1. Bend your knees deeply, cup your heels, stand on all 10 of your fingers. Chest glues to your thighs. Slowly begin to lift your hips towards the ceiling. Now drop your head, let it soften. Start to breathe naturally. Heart is coming down towards the floor. Your biceps are trying to pull your heels, so engage your biceps as you try to straighten your legs a little bit further. So heart down, Hug up on the heels, legs a little straighter. One more time, heart down, heels up, legs a little bit straighter, and change. Release your hands from your feet, touch your palms and rise up and out of the pose. Release your arms by your sides, Tadasana. Just reconnect with your breath. All right, let's do that again. Half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, arms come up. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, get nice and tall. Reach all the way up. Exhale, move your upper body over to the right as your hips pitch to the left. And remember, go beyond where you think. If you're finding a little tightness, breathe into that space. That's okay. And then think about lifting your ribs up and away from your hips. Keep your belly drawing in and up. Chin is off chest. Stamp down both feet solidly into the mat. No bends in the knees. You have one more breath. Press it out. Change, come up. Reach all the way up. Big breath in. Exhale, upper body to the left. Hips go to the right. That's it. So you're forming this really nice half moon shape. Chin is off chest. Good, arms are strong. Feet are grounded. Belly's toned. Start to play with your edge. That's it. So if you've been hanging out at your edge for a little bit, notice if you can go a little bit further, or if this is the place where you need to be right now. That's perfectly fine. Go one more breath. Reach to the left, push to the right. Change, come up. Look up, prepare for your back bend. Stamp your feet down, lift the belt, lift the heart. Exhale, go back. Tailbone is driving towards the heels as the heart is driving towards the sky. And then remember, arms by ears. Once you're at your edge, open up the shoulders. Start to look back for the wall behind you. Go back. All the way back, you can do it. And change, come on up. Forward fold, hinge at your hips, spine is long, chin off chest as you take your hinge. Release your hands down to the floor. And again, pedal out your feet. And you're pedaling out your feet to loosen up your low back. So notice if the movements slower are helpful, if quicker movements, maybe open up the low back, maybe squatting. So play around, start to notice what's happening in your body as you warm up. And then we'll move into podHOT set 2. Bend your knees deeply, cup your heels. Stand on all 10 of your fingers. Glue your chest to your thighs, drop your head nice and soft. Slowly begin to lift your hips. Now as you're lifting your hips, you don't want your chest to pull off of your legs. That's your connection, and we want to keep that connection. Arms, so elbows towards the back wall, towards each other a little bit. And then strong biceps, trying to pull your very grounded heels off the mat. Heart down towards the floor, legs a little straighter. Again, heart down, biceps pulling the heels up, legs a little straighter. And change, release your hands from your feet. Touch your palms and rise up and out of the pose. Release your arms by your sides. Tadasana. And just 2 full deep breaths while you're standing in Tadasana. We'll move into Utkatasana 3-part series. Step to the right, 6 inches. 6 inches is about 2 fist width. If you've never checked in, it's a good time. That's it. Now send your arms towards the front of the room. Good. Press your heart forward slightly. Take a deep breath in. Sit back as if you were sitting in a chair. That's it. Now once you sit back, try to straighten up your shoulder blades towards the back wall. That's it. Knees are forward. Toes are forward. Belly is toned, so gently draw the belly in and up. You have one more breath in. Maybe you find depth on the exhale. You've got it. And change. Come up. All the way up onto your tiptoes. Take a deep breath in. Keeping shoulders over hips, start to bend your knees. Now, as you lower down, the higher your heels will go. So keep your belly toning, your shoulders over your hips, your heels towards the front room. Take one more breath. Stay for your exhale. And change, come up. Lower your heels down to the floor. Bring your inner thighs and knees to touch. Now once they're touching, lift your heels slightly from the mat, about a half an inch. And slowly begin to lower. I want you to think about 10 seconds into this pose. So come down as slow as you can at home today. And then once you come down, you're hovering about a half an inch to an inch above the heels. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. The hips will press out. Let that happen. Hang on for one more breath. And now as slowly as you can, hug the inner thighs as you rise up. That's it. Release your heels down to the floor. Find Tadasana. And just reconnect with breath. Moving into Garudasana, Eagle Pose. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right arm under left. Press your palms together. Sit low. Send your right leg up and over your left leg. Now working towards hooking the calf or pressing into the calf. Once you're there, send your shoulder blades towards the back wall. So straighten up the upper body. Elbows pull down towards the navel space. Press your right thigh down into your left thigh. Take one more breath. And change, unwind your body. Use your inhale to lift up. Exhale, left arm under right. Press your palms together. You can always give yourself a hug. Sit low. Send your left leg up and over your right leg. That's it. Work towards hooking the calf. And then straighten up. Shoulder blades go towards the back wall. Elbows drawing down. See if you can bring your left hip back a little bit. Your right one forward. Take one more breath. And change. Use your inhale to unwind. Use your exhale to send your right arm under your left. Press your palms. Sit low. Send your right leg up and over your left leg. That's it. Work on finding the hook or the press in. And then again, you know what you're doing. You're straightening up. Shoulder blades go towards the back wall. The elbows are hugging down. See if you can squeeze a little tighter. The arms hugging in towards each other. The legs hugging towards each other. Okay. Go one more breath. And change, unwind. Exhale, left arm under right, press your palms. Sit low. Send your left leg up and over your right leg. Work on your foot placement. Shoulder blades go back. Elbows hug down. I like the cue of pressing your heart through your very hooked arms. That was a cue from a teacher trainer and I just love it. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. That's it. Go one more breath. And change, unwind. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, that's your warm-up. So grab a drink of water, fidget if you need to. If you don't need to, just allow yourself to be still. And I know that might be harder at home, but what a great time to practice that. All right, let's move on. Dandanamana Janu Shirsasana, standing leg, forehead to knee. Left leg grounds. Press your left foot down into the mat as your right leg lifts up to 90 degrees. Right off the bat, round forward and pick up your right foot. So we're just spending a little bit of time right here. And what we're working on is, number one, the standing leg. We want to create stability by grounding the left foot into the mat. And then strength and length. So lift up your kneecap, engage your quadricep muscles. So your standing leg works on being straight. Now, hollow out your belly and look straight ahead. If your standing leg is straight, begin to extend your right leg forward. That's it. And if your right leg is forward, you're pressing your energy out through your heel. Your toes are flexing back towards your body. You're still hollowing out your belly, so hang on. That's it. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Now, if both legs are straight, gently draw your elbows towards the floor. Now, you're physically hugging your calf with your elbows, and elbows are below the calf before we're ever moving on. So take one more effort and change. Reverse your steps. Tadasana. right leg stamps into the earth, right foot grounding. Left foot comes up to 90 degrees. Round forward, pick up your left foot. So same thing. So sometimes it just depends on where you're at in the day, right, with your practice. So sometimes staying right here is a lot of work, and it's a perfectly acceptable place. So keep grounding your standing leg, engaging the quadricep by lifting the kneecap. Good, hollowing out the belly. Think about the back of your thigh pressing towards the front of your thigh, and the front of your thigh pressing to the back. Now if your standing leg is straight, begin to slowly extend your left leg forward. If your right leg is bending to get your left leg forward, back out until you keep your standing leg straight. Now, you're pressing your energy out through your heel. Your toes are flexing back towards your body. Belly is still hollow. If you have those two components, hug your elbows towards the floor. Remember, you're getting your calf, and you're working your elbows below the calf. Go one more effort, and change, reverse your steps, Tadasana. If you'd like to take your hands to your low back and support a gentle back bend, try it on, see how it feels. If you don't love it, you don't have to do it. And then we'll take a second set. Left leg grounds down into the mat, right leg lifts up 90 degrees. Round forward, pick up your right foot. Now again, standing leg is stable and it's straight. If it is, kick your right leg forward. You're working on looking like an upside down L shape, heel no higher or lower than the hip. If both legs are straight, gently draw your elbows towards the floor. If you have the elbows towards the floor, elbows below the calf, start to finish out your shape by gently hugging chin on chest, forehead on knee. Final effort, and change. Reverse your steps, Tadasana. Okay, shift your weight to your right foot. Stamp your right foot down, left leg lifts up to 90 degrees. Round forward, pick up your left foot. When your right leg is straight, extend your left leg forward. If your left leg is straight and your right leg is straight, gently draw your elbows towards the floor. Remember, you're giving your calf a hug. Elbows are below the calf before moving forward. If you have those three components, chin on chest, forehead on your knee. Final effort, and change. Reverse your steps, Tadasana. And again, if you'd like to bring your hands to your low back, support a gentle back bend. Okay, we're moving on. Dandasana Dhanurasana, standing bow pulling pose. Take your right elbow to your hip crease. Drive your right arm by your side without letting your wrist move. Place your right foot into your right hand. Touch your knees together. Reach up through your left fingertips. Good. Take a breath in. When you're ready, start to extend. Kick your right leg directly towards the wall behind you and up towards the ceiling, hinging your body forward. So this pose is a twist. Your right shoulder is behind your left. It's a balance pose, so standing foot stable and grounding into the mat. And it's a back bend. So your kick and your reach is equal in both directions. So what you're kicking as much as you're reaching towards the front mirror. Your gaze is over your fingertips. The fingertips are about eyebrow level, so you don't want to point your fingers down to the floor. Think about aiming a bow. If you go and aim towards the ground, you'll hit the ground. So stay upright and lift it. You have one more breath. And change, come up. Tadasana, nicely done. Take your left elbow to your hip crease. Release your left arm by your side. Without letting your left wrist move, place your foot, the big toe side, into your hand. Touch your knees together and reach up through your left fingertips. Now, take a breath to prepare. When you're ready, kick straight back and up. Kick as high and as far back as you can as you're charging the upper body forward. And then remember, shoulders are in one line, so the left shoulder's behind the right, inviting the twist. Okay. Stabilizing your standing leg so you can stay balanced. Right leg grounding into the mat, no bends in the knee. And then remember, you're finding your kick and your reach simultaneously with strength equal in the reach and the kick. That's it, you're almost there, hang on. You have one more effort. Maybe you kick up a little higher, play with your edge, and change, come up, Tadasana. And just relax, breathe. Staying in a nice upright position is neutralizing to the spine. Okay, we'll take a second set. Take your right elbow to your hip crease. Release your right arm by your side. Place your right foot, big toe side into your hand. Knees come to touch. Reach up through your left fingertips. Take a breath in to prepare, and as you're ready, go for it. Kick back and up. Now, first set, we're working on just locking in, being in the pose. So same thing here. To see if you can play around with your edge. If you come out, that's not a problem. You come back in step by step. Make sure you're being intentional about your re-entrance into the pose. You have one more effort. Kick up a little bit higher, reach a little bit further, and change, come up. Tadasana. Take your left elbow to your hip crease. Release your left arm by your side. Place your left foot into your hand. Touch your knees. Reach up through your right fingertips. Take a moment, breath in. When you're ready, start to kick back and up. Move with intention. Try not to rush yourself into the pose. That's it. Use your left arm, the arm that's holding your leg, to guide your leg back and up. That's it. All the while, right arm reaching towards the front. Hang on. That's it. You have one more breath, one more effort. Change, come up. Nicely done. Tadasana. Rest your arms by your sides. Breathe. Okay, take a step towards the back end of your mat for Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. Reach your arms up as you breathe in. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, hinge. Body's a capital letter T. So once you come into the pose, stretch. Stretch towards the back wall with your right toes. Stretch towards the front wall with your fingertips. Chin is off chest. Lift your leg higher. Come up. Good. Step back. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, hinge. Stretch, 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 stretch. Reach forward, reach back. I want you to think about lifting your left kneecap. So above the kneecap lifts, below the kneecap lifts, tone the belly, go a little higher, and change. Come up. Step back. Tadasana. That's it. And relax and breathe. Super big cardio burst in about 10 seconds. Okay, let's take a second set. Inhale, reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, hinge. Body's a capital letter T. That's it. And then stretch. Stretch long. See if you can create a little more length through your right rib side. That's it. Chin is off chest. Lift up your leg a bit higher. And change. Come up. Step back. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, hinge, capital letter T. Okay. Lift the left kneecap. That's it. Point your left toes. Elongate your arms, your left rib side. A little higher. Change. Come up. Step back. Tadasana. Rest your arms. Breathe. All right. situate yourself on your mat. Jacob's going to come to the left side of his mat. Moving on. Dandayana Vibhaktapada Paschimottanasana, wide leg forward fold. Step out to the right as you lift your arms to a T. Now take a moment to turn your feet in slightly towards each other. Then lift up through your heart space. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to forward fold. Now as you're forward folding, spine is lengthening, hips are gently drawing back, and then hands are coming down towards the floor. Your goal is eventually to reach for your heels. If the heels are not accessible, go sides of the feet or big toes. If that's not accessible, go ankles, go shins. Now, strengthen your legs right here. Engage your quadricep muscles by lifting up your kneecaps. Once your legs are really solid, they feel very strong and engaged, use your grip to ease your torso down toward your thighs. That's it. Tone your belly. So gently draw your belly in and up. You'll feel the tailbone slightly tugged down. Inhale to create length, to create space. Exhale to find your depth through strong, engaged legs. Go one more. And change. Arms out wide to a T. Slowly rise. Good. Right foot comes to the left foot. Tadasana. That's okay. Good. And just breathe. Remember, you're coming back to Tadasana to reset, to re-nourish, so you can prepare for the next set or the next pose. Okay, set 2. Take a big step out to the right as your arms open up to a T. Turn your feet in slightly towards each other. Now ground your feet, press them down into the mat. Take a deep breath in, lift heart space. Exhale, forward fold. Long, gaze is forward, chin is off chest, the entire way down. And then again, grab what you can. So see if it's the heels today, if it's not the sides of the feet, it's the big toes. Make the choice, meet yourself where you're at. So we always step on our mat at different times of the day. So you just have to meet yourself with where you're at. Okay, now strong legs. Engage the quadriceps by lifting up the kneecaps. Spine elongating. Once the legs are really strong, you want to stretch within that. So then drive the torso towards the thighs. Ground your feet, lift your arches without actually lifting them. There you go. That's it. As you breathe in, create space. Think about getting a little bit longer energetically. And as you exhale, hinge. Go one more. Empty it out. And change. Reach your arms out wide. Slowly rise. Right foot meets left. Top of your space. Tadasana. Rest. Moving on. Utthita Parshva Konasana. Hot triangle. This time, arms come all the way up as you breathe in. Exhale, step out to the right. Generous step out to the right. Rotate your right foot to the wall that's in front of you. Back foot turns in slightly. Take a deep breath in. Send your knee over your ankle on the exhale. Now, palms face away from the body, so palms forward. Now, tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. There it is. So once you come into this pose, we're going to work on the foundation. I can't stress enough about your foundation because everything else is building on top of it. So ground your back foot, and then once your back foot is grounded, drive the outer edge of the heel into the mat, and then work on straightening the back leg and engaging the quadricep muscles. Your right knee is tracking over your ankle, and your right arm is gently guiding your knee open towards the wall that's behind you as your knee gently presses back. Tone your belly. That's it. Take one more breath. And change, warrior 2. Straighten your leg and rotate your feet. Inhale. Knee over the ankle on the exhale. Palms away from the body, so palms forward. Exhale, tick-tock 6 and 12. Good. So again, you know that the back foot is grounded, it's strong, it's stable. Engaged through the quadricep muscles. Left arm pressing the knee open, but the knee is pressing back. And then move up, tone the belly. Twist, right shoulder's over your left shoulder. Gaze is at your palm or chin to the shoulder. That's it. Good. Keep stabilizing your base. So this is your second twist of the series, and it comes in through the twist of the torso and the shoulders. Good job. You have one more breath in and out, and change, warrior two. Straighten your leg. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Tadasana. Rest your arms. All right, we're going to move into the second set. Reach your arms up. Exhale, step out to the right. Go big. Then rotate your right foot to the back wall. Turn your back foot in slightly. Take an inhale. Knee over the ankle on the exhale. Palms forward. Tick-tock 6 and 12. Ground your outer back heel. So as you ground your outer back heel, this helps to facilitate a straighter leg. Good. And then knee is tracking over your ankle. Toes and knees point towards the wall, what's in front of you. Tone your belly. Twist open with the shoulders. There you go. Chin next to the shoulder. If you can, in the neck. That's it. Hang on. You have one more breath in. And out. And change, warrior two. Straighten your leg and rotate your feet. Inhale. Knee over the ankle on the exhale. Palms towards the front. Tick-tock 6 and 12. Good. So you know where you're at, and you know about the grounding of the feet, and really keeping a nice, strong, stable base. Keeping the belly toned. Twisting through the shoulders. Gaze is upright. Ground your back outer heel. Work on keeping your back leg straight and engaged. Good job. Hang on, you're almost there. Go one more breath in. And out. And change, warrior two. Straighten your leg. Turn your toes in. Right foot meets left, top of your space. Tadasana. Breathe. So that was like your peak, right? At the top of your mountain. So take a nice good breath in. And out. And we'll move on. Dandana Vibhakta Janu Shirsasana, separate leg, forehead to knee. Reach your arms up. Press your palms, wrap your thumbs. Step out to the right. You're stepping out about the length of your leg. And so today I'm going to show you a little trick to figure that out. Rotate towards the front of your mat or towards the right. That's it. Now, what I'm going to have Jacob do is bend his left knee and bring his left knee directly behind his right heel. So bring it behind your right heel. Bring it in. There you go. So his left knee is right behind his right heel. Now he's going to straighten up. And there's his stance. That's the width of his stance. Good. So here your hips are forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chin on chest. Round down. Bring your forehead to touch your knee. Bend your knee as much as you need to. This is a compression shape. So we're trying to really get inside to the internal organs by massaging them, by hugging the belly, and significantly, the chin is on the chest. Now, because you're sucking your belly in so much, you can't breathe deeply. So just small sips of air into the back body. So let that be your focus. Go one more small sip of air. And now change. Touch your palms and rise up. Use your belly, strong belly to lift. Now rotate to the left once more. And I'm going to have Jacob do that same thing. This is a great time while you're at home to practice the width. The knee is directly behind the ankle, so bring it in. There you go. Now lift up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chin on chest, forehead on knee. So what better time to really fine-tune the practice is when you're in your space at home, and you can start to play around and work on these things in your body and how it feels. So again, he's hollowing out his belly. His chin is on his chest. Good. Breathing is small, baby sips of air. Good. Go one more. And change. Touch your palms. Pull the belly in as you lift up and out of the pose. Good, rotate to the right. Right foot meets left, Tadasana. Take a moment. Okay, Vrikshasana tree pose. This is your last standing pose. Take your left foot, stamp it, bring your weight into your left foot, stamp it down. Right foot for hot tree comes up to the hip crease. That's it. Now if you can't quite get the hip crease, that's okay. You're going to start lower. You're going to start at the inner thigh and then work your way down. Please avoid your knee cap. Now one or both hand comes to the heart space. Tone your belly. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. Gaze on a single point of focus in front of you. Okay. We'll take one more breath in and out and change. Slowly release your foot down. If you'd like a little wiggle, a little movement, go ahead and pedal it off. And then transfer your weight to your right foot. Stamp your right foot down into the mat as you bring your left heel towards your hip crease. Now one hand can hold the foot, one hand to the heart space. Good. If you're holding the foot, you're holding from behind the pinky toe edge that keeps the shoulders rotating open. Take one more breath in and out and change. Gently release your left foot down to the mat. A little pedaling, a little wiggle. Good. And then when you're ready, grab a drink, turn around, and find your Shavasana. This is a 2-minute Shavasana that we will be taking, so I don't want to ever skip out on that. It's the best part. So go ahead and just take a moment to lie down, get your wiggles out. I'll call you out in 2 minutes. Pavana Muktasana, wind removing pose. Use your inhale to bend your right knee, bring it to the right side of your rib cage. Interlace all 10 fingers, hold just below the kneecap. Take a breath in. Use your exhale and bicep strength to drive your right knee towards your right shoulder. Elbows gently drawing in towards the sides of your ribs. Left elbow easing slowly towards the floor. Good. Again, fill up. Drive it in. change. Release your right foot down to the floor. As your right heel touches, bend your left knee. Interlace all 10 fingers, hold just below your knee. Fill up with air. And then drive the knee towards the shoulder. And so you might be feeling a pinch in your left hip crease. That's your hip flexors compressing. And one more. Empty it out. And change. Release your left heel. Now bend both legs, bring them into your chest without lifting your head. Reach around for opposite elbows. Lessen if you can't quite grab the elbows, so you have forearms or wrists, hands. Long neck, chin slightly tucked. Fill up with air. Use your arm strength to gently guide your knees towards your chest. Now as you're pulling your knees towards your chest, think about the base of your spine, your tailbone, easing towards the floor as well. Good, again, fill up. Hug it in, try to uncurl the tail as that's happening. And change, release your feet down towards the floor. Savasana. Okay, we'll be doing our first sit-up, moving into forearm plank. Flex your feet, bring your arms up over your head. Double exhale, sit up, chin to chest, belly to spine. Good, roll over. Forearms on the mat. Good, nice long lines through the body right here. So yes, so I'm already starting. So yes, we want to puff up through the shoulder blades, but then we want to drive the heart forward. So we're really lengthening out the body here. The tailbone pulling down towards the heels. The heels, without letting them collapse towards the floor, are pulling towards the back wall. So really working on keeping your body fully engaged. Okay, that's what this is all about, this plank pose, full body engagement right here. That's it. Now, if you're going through it and you're like, oh, I've got to drop onto my knees, that's fine, but I want you to still stay engaged. So you're still lengthening your tailbone down towards your knee creases, so you can still feel your core activating. And that's right, that's what we're working on too. We're working on the core being really strong and activated right here. You're almost done, hang on. That's it. So just try to stick with it. You have about 5 seconds left. For 4, 3, great job, 2, and 1. Slowly lower onto your belly. Rest your forehead on stacked hands and just give yourself a moment to recover. If a Sphinx pose feels really great, do that. Just let your body dictate to you what it needs for that counter. All right, we're going to move into Bhujangasana Cobra Pose. So take your legs and make one big long tail. So hug your calves and your inner thighs towards each other. Fingertips are right under the shoulder edges. Now, instead of your elbow tips lifting towards the ceiling, I want you to think about drawing your elbow tips back toward your heels. Empty out your breath and use your inhale to lift your neck, your heart, and your low ribs off of the floor. Now, without moving your hands, elbow tips draw towards the hips draw towards the heels, heart lifts away from the body, forward and up. That's it. Take one more breath, lift the heart forward and up, elbows go back, release down to the floor. Look over to the right, arms rest by your sides, extend it long. All right, Salambhasana locust pose. Bring your chin to the mat. Good. Lift up your hips. Slide your arms underneath your body. Palms are touching the mat as if you were hitting a volleyball. Now, take a moment. We want to disengage the left leg. So roll the outer left thigh out slightly away from your body. Take your right leg, extend it straight back, and lift it up and off of the mat. So we're trying to lift the entire leg. So I want you again to lift the kneecap. Think about lifting the kneecap. Extend long, lift as high as you can, maintain. One more breath, extend long, lift up, and lower down. Give your right leg a shake out. Gently roll it out away from your body towards the side wall. Take your left leg, extend it straight back. and lift it up. So we want the right leg to be disengaged. We don't want the right leg to help the left. So this is all left leg working. So extend and lift and maintain. You have one more. Extend and lift and lower it down. And then give it a little shake out. Bring your mouth down. We want to protect the neck. Bring your hands closer towards each other. Work on pinky fingers to touch. If they're not touching, just start to plant the seed about them eventually touching. Empty out your breath. Use your inhale to extend both legs up and off of the mat. Now, Jacob's arms are straight, so I want you to work on straightening your arms, straightening your elbows, sending energy out through your fingertips. Extend your legs, lift them up, maintain. You have one more. Extend your legs, lift up, and lower down. Beautiful. Good job at home. Release your arms, look to the left. Purna Salabhasana, full locust pose. Bring your chin to the mat. Reach your arms out wide to a T. Now, empty out your breath. Use your inhale to extend both your upper and your lower body from the mat. Now, I want you to think about getting as long as possible. So extend your heart forward, your legs back. Now, take your arms, lift them up a little higher, and draw them towards the back wall. Good. Do this one more time. Extend, lift, open the chest, and lower down. Look to the right. Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin to the mat. Bend your knees. Grab the tops of your feet from the pinky toe side. Empty out your breath. Tuck your knees in a little bit so they're about sit bone width. And when you're ready, start to kick your feet back into your hands. Just kick your feet. Feel your upper body lift off the floor. Now, as you kick your feet into your hands, use your hands to draw your feet forward. So you're creating lots of tension. Think about your toes being the tip of a raindrop centered with your low back. That's it. Kick and pull. One more. Kick and kick and kick and release. Good job. Look to the left. Let's transition. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up into tabletop pose. From tabletop pose, setting up for Supta Vajrasana, fixed firm. Knees come to touch. Split your feet about the width of your mat, taking a seat between your ankles. Now, you know that if you've taken this class before, if you can't quite get your sit bones down, you're going to work on slowly easing them down. Okay? If your hands are back behind you, or if your sit bones are down, bring your hands onto the soles of your feet. Take a deep breath in, lift up through the heart space, and then slowly begin to lower back onto the palms, the forearms. See if you can lower to the crown of your head. After that, the back of your head, and then eventually down onto the shoulder blades. Once you're on the shoulder blades, you have an opportunity to grab opposite elbows above your head. Now, tuck your chin slightly. Feel the small of your back lifting away from the floor. Your tailbone, think about the very base of your spine, gently pressing away from your body. Take one more breath in. And out. And change, slowly rise. Good, let's Shavasana. Turn around, lie down, find Savasana. I'm adding in these Savasanas, so in the 60 minutes when we're at the studio, we're not usually doing these, but we have, I think I can fit it in an appropriate amount of time, and you always know that you don't have to do them. You can just stay and extend out the legs, kick them out. Moving into Ardha Karmasana, half tortoise pose, flex your feet, arms come overhead, double exhale, sit up. Face forward, have a seat on your heels. Reach your arms up. Press your palms together, wrap your thumbs. Stay for your exhale. I want you to think half moon here. Inhale, reach all the way up. As you exhale, send the upper body forward as the hips keep trying to ground the heels. If they lift, engage the belly quite a bit. Now once you come down, arms stay active here. Your palms are pressing together. Elbows are lifted from the mat. Chin is lifted from the chest. Forehead is grounding. Now as you breathe in, I want you to think about length from the base of your spine out through your fingertips. And as you exhale, get longer as the hips draw towards the heels. Do that one more time. Inhale, create length, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, get even longer as the hips draw back. And now change. Send the upper body up and back as the hips go down and forward. Release your arms. Savasana. Ustrasana, camel pose. Flex your feet. Arms come over your head. Double exhale, sit up, chin to chest, belly to spine. Face forward, stand tall on your knees. So again, you have 6 inches between knees and ankles, and that's your 2 fists. Now bring your hands back onto your low back like you're sliding into back pockets. Take a deep breath in, lift up through your heart space, drive your tailbone down towards your knee creases, and then slowly begin to go back. And then again, today might be the day, I always say this, today might be the day that you reach for your heels. Check in, you never know if you don't try. And then once you come down and you have the heels, heart is lifting. We don't want to lean back into the pose. We want to go up and back. That's it. Keep lengthening the tailbone down, sending the heart space higher. And change. Come on up. Find Savasana. It's a really nice, Savasana is great to neutralize the spine after that deep extension. Sasangasana, rabbit pose. Flex your feet. Bring your arms over your head. Double exhale, sit up. Okay, face forward. Now, break out your jazz hands. If you're newer and you haven't been doing HOT for a while at home, break out your jazz hands. You can grab your outer glutes and then just slide right down onto the heels that you're sitting on. So your thumbs are on the pinky toe sides of your feet. Now inhale, lift up nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, chin on chest. Rounding down. So as your spine rounds, keep hollowing out the belly. Touch your forehead as close to your knees as you can. Lift up your hips off of your heels, and once they're off of the heels, that's when you start to pull on your heels. So you're taking your weight and you're allowing it to be even through the body, not all in the neck. So make sure you find that good solid tug. The belly is pulling in. So here, another compression pose. Breathing is gentle, and in the back body, not deep. Go one more. And change. Slowly lower the hips to the heels. Come on up. Take a Savasana. Turn around, lie down, and breathe. You've made it to the surrender series. Janu Shirsasana, forehead to knee. Flex your feet, bring your arms over your head. Double exhale, chin to chest, belly to spine. Good. All right, so face forward. So send your right leg, you can probably face forward this way. Right leg off of the mat. Bring the sole of your left foot in, that's perfect. Reach your arms up as you breathe in. Exhale, twist to the right, bring chin on chest, forehead on knee. Now, unlike vinyasa classes, we want the knee to be bent right here. This is, again, a compression pose. So you'll see that it's a pattern throughout this class, throughout this HOT class. So once you have your forehead connected to your knee, work on straightening your leg. All 10 fingers are interlaced, holding just below the toes on the pads. So check in with your grip. Now, left shoulder eases towards the floor as the left ribs rotate towards the inner thigh. Good. Go one more breath, belly is hugging in. Empty it out. And now change, slowly rise. Switch your legs. Deep breath in. Twist left, chin on chest, forehead on knee. And again, bend your knee as much as you need. So I tell my students this a lot. In this pose, I almost always bend my knee to start. And then I just see where I'm at for the day because I never know. Sometimes I'm tight, sometimes I'm not. Then right shoulder down, right ribs down. So I never try to force it. Neither should you. Good. Remember, you're interlacing all 10 fingers, holding just below the toes at the pads. The belly's hollowing, compression. Good. Go one more. And change, slowly rise. Good, release your arms, lie back. You can turn around. Lie back and come straight back up for Paschimottanasana, wide seated forward fold. Now, when you come up, you might have grabbed your big toes without a problem. If that's the case, stay there. If you need to, bend your knees to grab your big toes. We want to start there. And then work on taking an inhale, lengthening through the spine. We want to create space. And then exhale, hinging into the shape. Now, if your legs are bent and you have your big toes, work on straightening your legs. Once your legs are straight, everybody, if your legs are straight, ground your calves and your back of your thighs into the floor. Look up, look straight ahead. There you go. Drive your belly towards your spine. Extend your heart towards the in front of you. Go one more breath. And change, come on up. Savasana. Ardha Matsyendrasana, spinal twist. Flex your feet, bring your arms over your head. Double exhale, sit up. Okay, left heel will come to your right sit bone. Right leg will come over your left leg. Your right hand is behind you. Left arm is up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Connect opposite knee and elbow. Now, see if you can take your left hand and reach for your left knee. And you might find that a half bind on the right side is accessible. So release your right arm from the floor and reach around for your thigh. Good. And it's always nice to check in to see where you're at. Inhale, think length. Exhale, wring it out. Wringing it out, super detoxifying. Good. Go one more. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist it out. And change. Release your head, your body. And then switch out your legs. Okay. Your left hand is behind you. Right arm comes up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Connect opposite knee and elbow. And then right hand grabbing for right knee. Good. Maybe left hand taking the half bind. Inhale for length. Exhale, wring it out. And one more. Empty it out. And change. Release your head and your body. Take a counter twist here. Find Savasana. Kapalabhati, skull brightening pose. Flex your feet, bring your arms over your head, double exhale, sit up. Okay, so go ahead and have a seat on your heels. Arms are extended long, hands touching the knees. Okay, let's take a breath in. Five, four, three, two, one. Take a moment. Flick your lips. Swallow a few times. We'll go just a little bit quicker. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Take a moment, seal your practice. And when you're ready, find your savasana. And as always, in a hot room, we don't normally call out of savasana. My encouragement to you would be to take one as long as you can. There's really something magical that happens when you cross over that 5-minute mark. So if you can give yourself that today, indulge. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice. Loka samista sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. I bow to you all. Namaste.